on, man. You have been inside of her head and her ass. Like, how do you think she has lied to you? Hello and welcome to another episode of Cheap Smut. My name is Katie Mizell.
And my name is Max Joy.
And this is a podcast that would like to remind you to drink some water. Go do it right now. Pause. Drink some water. Did you do it? Okay, good job. Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you. It's been a long day, and I'm excited to do this so that we can end the day.
I know it was the first full week for both of our children in school, so it was nice to get some sense of normalcy back. But the girl child, as she is in pre-K, doesn't have school on Fridays.
Yep.
So we still get one day a week where we're being gaslit by our 4-year-old, whose favorite thing to do is to tell you you forgot to get her something that she did not ask you for out loud. I think she
often will ask me for something, and then I will forget to get the thing because I am a very forgetful person. And she assumes that we have a hive mind, I think, because then she'll just be like, Daddy, you forgot. And you'll be like, I don't share your mother's thoughts.
Yeah, no, but also she will do that when you're not even in the house. She will say, Dad, you forgot this thing. And no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
What you mean is, would you please do this thing for me? But she's 4, so she's like, yo, you forgot that.
Yeah. Well, I had the thought, and it's the part in the middle where she forgets to convey the thought.
She's your child 100% in that regard.
Mean, I don't do that anymore. Shut up.
I do it too. It's fine. But no, it's been a really good week. We're cruising into the weekend. This new bi-weekly schedule seems to be working out quite well. We get really excited, it's record week. It's record. It gives us something to look forward to, but it also gives us that little break. So I'm feeling a bit more vim and vigor. You've got a big weekend.
I do. I have a big weekend. I'm gonna be busy.
Yeah,
I'm a busy bitch.
You've got your sister's bridal shower.
Yeah, my baby sister's getting married, and I'm her matron of honor, so I have to be all involved in all the stuff, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
So I have her bridal shower tomorrow. And then on Sunday, I am going to a local bookish event in St. Clair Shores, I think, with Sabrina Cross.
Yeah.
She asked if I wanted to be, like, I guess, an emotional support human for her. And absolutely, yes, I would love to. I'm excited. We're going to spend the day together and hopefully sell a bunch of books about demon-infested stuffies.
You probably did. This is being released the day after that.
Yes.
So let's just assume that Sabrina did great. Hooray!
Oh, golly. I hope so. I am always concerned when it comes to, like, a random bookish event or, like, a random book signing, or because not everybody's ready for the glory hole package, not everybody's ready for snuggle. Not everybody's ready for, a lot of the stuff that Sabrina writes, but I love it. And I'll protect her.
Yeah. I'm rarely ready for it. Well, I hope you have fun doing that. That means that I'll get to edit this at some point while I also wrangle the children, although our kids are usually pretty chill and easy to deal with. And then that means that basically I'm on, like, solo daddy duty this weekend.
Yeah, basically.
Which I love doing. I very much enjoy it. And then in about another month, I'll get to do it again for a
Bachelorette weekend.
Bachelorette weekend, exactly.
Yep. I'm about to go off and get weird with my cousins.
Yeah, you are.
Hell yeah.
Got to figure out if that's going to overlap with an episode that week, but that's not your problem. That's our problem.
Yeah, we'll figure that out eventually.
And we'll deal with that when we have to. But in the meantime, let's get right to this book. So what do we have for our esteemed listeners this week?
This week, for everyone's delight, I read My Billionaire Boss is a Vampire by Kate McDarris.
Okay.
That's the whole title. Yes, it's perfect. So My Billionaire Boss is a Vampire by Kate McDarris is available for $4.69 or through Kindle Unlimited, $10.99 for a print on demand. This book was originally released through a platform that I never got a chance to use, Kindle Vella.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it was a very shortly lived and now defunct program, started in like 2021, where they had a serial release schedule, something similar to like Webtoon.
Okay.
Or any of those other like coin to purchase single episodes of a series. That's where she originally released this, and it's 30. She says all 30 chapters now combined into a single novella. So I assume then it was, I don't know, 15 releases of 2 chapters at a time or something like that.
Okay.
And like I said, I never got a chance to try Kindle Vella, and I thought it looked really interesting the whole time. I just never dipped my toe in, and then by the time I was like, what's this all about? It was gone.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad that she collected this and was able to put it out in this format. So Kate McDarris has been on my radar for a really long time because a lot of her books have tentacles on the cover. Tentacles and Christmas trees, which is a thing that I love. When you combine those two together, I'm like, yes, it's a holly jolly Christmas. And
that's basically you in a nutshell.
Seriously, right? And so I was going to read one of those at one point and made it onto a Christmas list and never happened. I was going to read her Cupid book. It's called Shot Through the Heart. It's got like blood on the cover. I was like, this looks violent and interesting. And then I just kind of forgot. And then like a month ago, I was on Threads, which is the only social media platform I'm active on in any capacity anymore. And I just put out a call. I was like, I need books. I can't do this. There's too many books. I can't find books because there's too many books to look at, right? And Kate McDarris was like, I've got this one about vampires. Bitch, yes, you do. I'm going to read that one. Let's go into our triple T's. I didn't do a traditional triple T this week because she had a full triggers list in the back of her book, so I just copy and pasted. This is in alphabetical order from her content page. 69. Alcohol consumption, alpha male, anal, assault, bathtub sex, being watched during intercourse, billionaire, biting / teeth / fangs, blood drinking, bondage, restraint, breaking up to save her, control and loss of control, demon, desperation, dirty talk, fingering and fisting, gender fluidity, good girl / good vampire, gore and decapitation, guns, gunfire, shooting, hand necklaces and choking, hurt / comfort, kidnapping, lingerie / panties, magic, marathoning / multiple orgasms, masturbation, ménage, MFM, mine and yours, murder, office romance, oral, orgasm denial, ownership and claiming, outercourse, I don't know, pleasure, oral while standing up, power play, spanking / whipping, strong female, rimming, rough sex, tails, vampire, and violence.
I would never tell an author how to do their job. But again, this is one of those just list the things that aren't in it. Kind of.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like when it looks like a C. Rochelle book.
Yeah.
When you start listing it all out in detail, because Kate McDarris is another author who really tries to get the nitty gritty of every single possible content warning that you could possibly need, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
But when you lay it all out like that,
I was gonna say it's probably like here, bestie, read this book. Ooh, a chunky one. Oh, the first third is just the content.
It's just
warning.
the content page.
You
Yeah.
You can just jump ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. C. Rochelle book. Or R.E. Johnson.
Yeah. And this is not a criticism. This is actually a compliment, because we've talked about this many, many times on the show. It's better to have too many content warnings than not enough. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's get into our story. Okay, so we're going to go right in with both feet and just meet our main characters. So this week, our FMC, her name is Alice Monroe. She's like late 20s, early 30s, somewhere in there. Blonde, slender, white. She's always very smartly dressed and very well put together. She's a type A career woman, very driven, very confident and competent. And she works as the personal assistant to Steric Crawford, the billionaire CEO of some big, like, Fortune whatever kind of company. I don't know.
Does she, at the beginning of the book, know that Steric is a vampire?
No.
Okay. How do you not know that somebody named Steric isn't a vampire?
I know, right? For real. His name is Steric.
Oh, this is my boss, D'Artagnan.
Yeah, right? Is that a Skarsgård?
D'Artagnan Skarsgård.
D'Artagnan Skarsgård. So Alice is very good at this job, and she excels at it even though it is incredibly difficult, because it is demanding. The hours are often very late. Her boss has super high expectations, but she excels at it. And that's due in no small part to the fact that she is willing to tell Steric, like, no, you can't get a camel in Milwaukee at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, like, I can't do that. You need to lower your expectations. She can stand toe to toe with this very powerful man. Yeah. And it's part of what makes her so good at her job. Another reason why she's so good at her job is because she can put up with just about fucking anything because she has a huge crush on the guy.
Oh, of course.
Huge. Absolute. But she won't, like, do anything about it.
No.
Our MMC, Steric, Steric Crawford, is a billionaire book boyfriend.
I'm guessing that he stuck with Steric, but then, like, throughout the years went with Crawford.
Oh, golly, this guy is so old. He didn't have a surname originally, I'm sure. At some point he picked one and he chose Crawford. That sounds American, I guess.
All of English language at your fingertips. All languages at your fingertips.
Yeah, Crawford. But so he is, like I said, he's the billionaire book boyfriend model. Dark and brooding, Byronic edition, I guess. He's got like the jaw that can cut glass and eyes that see into your soul, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes, he's also white. He's very pale. Go figure. His personality is pretty much, as I explained above, he's very demanding, he's controlling, he sets high expectations, and he's like a control freak rich guy. Yeah?
Yeah. Right.
He's also a vampire, which it isn't made explicitly clear to us right away, but it's in the title. So, like, he's a vampire. And that comes with, like, all of the powers that a vampire myth could have. He's OP. Like, for real. He's got the speed, the strength, the enhanced senses, the immortality. He can fly. He can do that, like, glamoring.
That was to say,
telling
probably
people,
glamoring,
telling people what to do, and he can read minds.
You want to suck my blood? No, wait, they got that backwards.
You want to suck my cock.
No, I suck your blood. You suck my cock. Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. So he can read her mind, which is one of the many powers that he has. And he tries to be very respectful and not invade her mind because that's just rude. But he can't help it if sometimes her mind is screaming really loud that she wants to fuck him. Yeah. So he knows that she is attracted to him. He is also incredibly attracted to her, but she is A, human, and B, his employee. So he would never.
Well, at least Steric has some standards.
They both have pretty high standards in terms of professionalism. At the start of the book, Alice and Steric are in his office finishing up like some invoices or something that they've been doing. She has to climb up onto a ladder to get something off of a high shelf and gets distracted by probably sex thoughts of her boss. And her foot slips and she almost falls backward off the ladder. And he's right there to catch her, even though he was just across the room, pretty far across the room. Yeah. He shouldn't have been able to get there in time. But who cares? She's not questioning it because she's in his arms and he's looking her over and asking if she's okay and like lifting her down and setting her on the ground. Her panties officially soaked at this point and she pulls herself away before she can make unprofessional choices and says goodbye to him for the evening before reminding him that she's not coming in the next day because he has his like big annual like the super private gala thing, charity fundraiser that he does every year. And since he's not going to be in the office, neither is she. She goes down to the parking lot to go get in her pride and joy, her like ruby red Corvette that she has. But before she can open her car door, somebody grabs her from behind and puts their hand over her mouth so she can't even scream. There's a very brief struggle. She elbows this guy and he falls backwards, but as he falls backwards he like grabs onto her and they both tumble, and in the process of that tumble she throws her leg out to try and catch her balance, but she's wearing this pencil skirt so she can't really do much and ends up mostly just throwing her foot backward, and he lands basically on her stiletto heel.
What?
Which shoves through his chest, and then he disintegrates into a pile of dust, Buffy style. And she starts screaming, and Steric right there flew down 50 flights of stairs in 0.5 seconds or whatever to get to her as fast as he could. And now he is here, and he pretty quickly figures out what's happening. There's a man-shaped pile of dust on the ground, and she's freaking out. So she must have been attacked by a vampire. He gathers her up, makes sure that she's okay, tells her that she did an incredible job, soothes her, and like praises her for being brave and strong. She feels terrible. She's like, I didn't mean to do anything. I didn't know what to do. I didn't mean to. And he's like, no, you did the right thing.
Lucky you wore your wooden shoes.
Seriously. But you did the right thing. You're okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. But now you need to go home. I'm going to take you home. So he gets her into her car, and he drives her car back to her condo. He walks her to her front door. She walks inside, and then she turns around and she's like, are you coming in? But he's just standing in the door frame.
Yeah.
And he asks, is that an invitation? The implication in that is clear. He needs a formal invitation to be able to come into her house. And that is the final clue that Alice can't ignore anymore. The thing that's like, oh God, he really is a fucking vampire. She had her suspicions. Yeah. Shit was weird. He only ever worked at night. He's super pale. His name's
Steric.
His name's Steric. Exactly. There's a lot of things about this guy that indicate vampire. But if you are a rational human being in a world without vampires, you're going to think of a million excuses. Until the moment where he's like, but I need an invitation to come into your house. Fuck. Okay. I guess this is real.
What if he's just polite?
Right?
Because I wouldn't come into your house unless you invited me, and I won't bite you.
So she comes to this conclusion. Her boss is a vampire. And it is now or never. The sun is about to rise. She has to decide, is he coming into her house or not? And she debates inside of her head for a couple of minutes about it. Of course, she really wants him. She wants him. So, of course, she wants him to come inside. But he's her boss. There are rules. Right? It's very unprofessional. And he nods his head and turns and starts to walk away, which is her indication that, oh my God, he can read my mind. I always kind of thought he could. Fucker! Son of a... I would be so mad, by the way, if I found out suddenly that a person that I had been around for a long time could read my thoughts. Never speaking to you again.
Yeah, no.
Never.
If we're ever in the presence of anybody and then just you see a random person start taking off running and I chase after them, if you read my mind and I find out about it.
Yeah, right? For real. I would have been pissed. But
tell me how bad I'm gonna beat your ass. Because I want to do it right now.
So she calls out to him in her mind to get him to stop, which he does. There's the confirmation. He really can read her mind. And he turns around and he gives her one last chance. He basically says, there's no going back. My world is very dangerous. You should shut your door.
Also, the sun's coming up. I gotta get home.
And she invites him inside. Makes a very specific and pointed invitation. Steric, will you please come into my home? He rushes her. As soon as that invisible, vampire respect barrier or whatever is gone, he rushes her. He gets right up in her business and they kiss right away. It's awesome, amazing, yes, but he kind of pulls back and he tells her he doesn't think that he can be gentle with her. He's a little too pent up, and she's like, good. Girl, that guy just told you he eats people, and you're like, good, mess me up. All right.
Yeah, you're not understanding what he meant.
He asks her then to vocalize what she wants. Tell me what you want. And she's like, you can read my mind, right? And he says, I like the strong and confident woman that you are. I want you to tell me what you want. And you've always held back when it came to this. So I don't want you holding back anymore. She's like, of course I held back. You're my boss. This is incredibly unprofessional.
Well, I'm ordering you to stop that.
Yeah, very easy solution. He fires her.
Yeah.
Right on the spot. He fires her.
Yeah.
But he's like, don't worry. It's not like I'm going to dump you tomorrow morning. You're very important to me. I will take care of you. But also, obviously, you can't work for me now. This is not. No. He then tells her, she gets mad. She's like, but my job, my life. And he tells her that he has been obsessed with her for a very long time. And he wants more than her just collecting his dry cleaning and taking his notes. So he can't, in good conscience, have her work for him anymore. Yeah. And that's what finally breaks her. Okay, it's not just professionalism, it's also emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. She's totally on board. Fuck yes. The next thing you know, he is kneeling in front of her and like lifting her pencil skirt up and admiring her garters, which she always wears just for him. Girl. Okay. better bitch than me, because I love you so much and I'm never putting on garters. Those things are a pain in the ass.
That I would never ask.
Finally, he leans in and he bites her on her inner thigh.
Rude.
It is in the style of the near orgasmic vampire bite that you sometimes see in the vampire world. So he holds her through this once the venom starts making its way through her system and makes sure that she doesn't like pass out or something, because it basically acts as something like a barbiturate or alcohol. It's a downer. And she's like, ooh, holy shit. He then takes her to her bedroom, lowers the blackout curtains because at some point the sun's coming up and he doesn't want to burn while he's, getting it in, I guess. And then it's like 45 pages of porn. There was so much sex in this book. I stopped reading it for a while because there was too much sex. I was like, I get it. I get it. I get it.
I get it. You don't have children. Okay.
You can't even make kids. You're a vampire. Jesus.
You have no other responsibilities or drains on your time.
Right. I made a list of what happens next.
Yeah, you read it all at the beginning of the...
Right, I did. But this is in alphabetical order. This is in chronological order now.
Anal. I think it's anal.
So first, to the bed, where he fingers her. He asks her for her safe word. Her safe word is espresso, with the hard X.
Okay.
Which they both agree is the least sexy word in the entire English dictionary. So perfect, right?
Irregardless.
Supposedly. Oh, that's a good one. Paschetti. Meat bulbs. Anyway. So after they establish the safe word, he fists her.
That is the
vibes.
The traditional order of operations.
Seriously, well, it is. You have to establish a safe word before you start doing that shit.
Otherwise,
you really do.
Otherwise, your safe word says,
exactly. Jinx.
The fuck?
She fucking loves it. She loves this. It's great. When they finish that, he feeds her a drop of blood to soothe her, and she takes like a little nappy nap for a minute. He slips away to grab his phone, where he texts his second in command / head of security to have them investigate the attack on Alice and determine whether or not it was random or targeted. Then he goes back to the bed, where we...
Sorry, I'm hung up real quick on... I can't believe we haven't changed or come up with a euphemism for fisting, because it sounds so...
I know.
Everything. Fellatio.
I know.
Conolingus.
Fisting. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. It's whatever. So once he's back in the bed, this is where we establish the power dynamic more specifically. He is the boss, and when they're in bed, he is boss. And when she is good, she will be good girl. And when she's not good girl, she will get punished. She loves him being in control. She loves this dynamic, and it is confirmed, comfortable. Everybody is so fucking happy about it. So she sucks his dick, and then he fucks her throat, and then comes all over her. Just like all over her. We won't ask questions about how a dead guy can make semen. We'll move on. Their postcoital pillow talk is about vampirism sort of as a whole, like how dangerous his life is, and how he thinks it's safer if she actually doesn't spend any more time with him or be near him at all. And she's like,
you just said...
You're actually making it sound like the only safe place to be is around you, actually, because you're the strongest guy I know now, and I almost got murdered earlier. So I'm just going to stay with you so I don't get murked, okay? She gives him a little bit of a lecture at this point. She's like, you have seen how good we work together in the office, and now you've seen how good together we work in the bedroom, and you think we can't kick vampire ass? Like, fuck you.
From the bedroom to the boardroom, baby, we got this.
Come on.
Let's go.
We got this. Yes. Then they move on to round whatever the fuck it is. I can't even tell. He gives her a rubric, basically, of like what's going to happen. He tells her this is what is going to happen.
Right to the rubric.
Yep. He is going to fuck her. He's going to drink from her as he finishes. That will immediately bring his hard-on back. And then he's going to fuck her in the ass. And she's like, dope. Sounds good. That's exactly what ends up happening.
So
It's
is this
epic.
course pass-fail?
It's an app. It's, I guess. Maybe she's just auditing. It's an epic fuck fest, whatever it is. It's a love-making session for the ages,
Yeah.
if you will. And when they're all finally done, she basically passes out. When she returns to consciousness, she is in the bathtub with him. He's got the bubble bath going, and he's holding her and washing her and massaging her muscles and soothing her. She is super sore, obviously, from everything that just happened, because he is not a gentle person. As a lover, or as a vampire, I guess he's just not gentle. So she's super sore, and he offers to feed her some more of his blood. However, in the interest of full disclosure, you should know that if we do like the full blood trade thing and you die, you're going to turn into a vampire. So you need to be aware of that. It's like, you know,
if or does that mean like is that just hanging around until she dies of old age and then becomes an 85-year-old vampire?
They never really established that, but it isn't an issue in the long run, so we don't ever have to know.
Yeah,
but
I'm overthinking it.
Yeah. Just informed consent here, right? Like, if you're going to drink my blood, you got to know what some of the possible outcomes could be. He also tells her that there are a lot of benefits to drinking vampire blood. On the short term, it's going to make you feel peppy and it's going to make you feel better. On the long term, you could develop some mild immortality and other stuff if you want. That's a question for another time. Right now, he just gives her a small amount of his blood, not too much, because he doesn't want her to develop a full-blown addiction to this stuff. And then he holds her through what it sounds like she does, like a rip of cocaine. Like, I don't know. Like, she just goes, whing! And he has to hold her and like make sure she doesn't like vibrate out of her skin for a second. Then she gets super horny again. But she's still all beat up. He's not going to have sex with her right now. That would not be kind to her. Instead, she rides him, but like externally.
So frotting?
Yeah, she frots. She frots.
That's when you said outer course. I would
call it outer course. That's what they meant by outer course.
Yeah, that's what I thought they meant.
Yeah, frotting. And until she comes, and then when she finishes, he has her like hover a little bit above him, and he jacks off and like onto her pussy. Which is okay, cool. Then he runs his hand through all of that and asks her if she wants to taste it.
Now, Steric.
It's not for me personally. It's not what I call a good time. But she thinks it sounds great. So he gives his hand to Alice, and she like licks his hand clean. She has a fantastic time.
Yeah, good for her.
They towel off and head out to the kitchen. They are still naked, but now dry. And she gets herself a glass of juice, which is probably a good call because she's given a lot of blood at this point.
Yeah, no kidding.
Maybe she needs a cookie. I don't know. While she's doing that, he gets his phone and starts texting with his second in command again about the attack. Gets a little more information. They know who's behind it. This rival of theirs named Octavius. And now they need to determine whether they specifically wanted to attack Alice or if they just wanted to attack somebody who worked for Steric.
Again, no, this is nominative determinism. Steric, definitely going to be a vampire. That other guy, Octavius, thank you. Vampire.
Bad guy vampire, for sure.
Bad guy vampire, for
sure. Yeah. Yes.
Very arcane and hench. Or very arch.
She sees him texting, and she can read the like pinched look on his face because she's been working with him long enough to know that something is bothering him. So she asks about it. She asks if it has to do with her. He says yes, but he's not going to tell her anything more about it because he doesn't want to A, freak her out, and B, bring her any further into this world than she already is, if he can help it.
Any further in than intercourse and blood play.
Right? He is, above all else, he's concerned for her safety. In the world of vampires, a human is just not safe. She tells him that she's not afraid. She's certainly not afraid of him. And he goes like full feral. Just like saying this is enough to flip some kind of switch inside of his head. I don't know why. This man hops up onto the counter, prowls across the counter on hands and knees like dick swinging on the kitchen island. And she is deer in the headlights. Because I mean, I would be too, because what the fuck is happening right now? And he eventually comes across the counter to her, grabs her by the neck, basically, but not in a killy way, in a passionate way, lifts her up and kisses her. And she slices her tongue on his fang. And so they're like having this bloody kiss. It's like this whole crazy thing. Eventually, he is kneeling on the kitchen counter on the island. And she is right in front of him, and she decides she's going to suck his dick. So she deep throats him.
All right.
Until she, to the point of like extreme discomfort, she's choking. But what she's doing is basically putting herself in the most like vulnerable possible position that she can be in to prove to him that he doesn't scare her. Like, you can't threaten me. I'm not afraid of you. You could choke me to death with your dick right now. I'm not afraid of you. I don't know why that's what she chose to do, but I'm down.
Hey, necessity's the mother of invention. All you got's a cock.
Yeah, when all you got is a hammer, everything looks like a nail or something like that. I don't know.
Even a cock.
Yeah. So she meets his eyes as he is coming, and then she pops off and she basically challenges him, saying that if he doesn't want to share all of himself with her, then he needs to be the one to leave her condo, not the other way around. At this point, I thought they were about to fuck so hard they were going to bring the condo down. Like, he might have killed her. I am not sure. Things were about to get super intense, but they are stopped by a knock on the door. Steric checks the peephole and confirms his absolute worst nightmare. He turns and says, "You asked for this," before opening the door to his second in command, Dante. Dante is the best. I love Dante. Okay, so Dante is Steric's head of security and very own demon of chaos. Not the same thing as a chaos demon. I guess the distinction is important. Dante is tall and lanky and sort of androgynously foppish, with lavender hair, purple eyes, skin that changes color based on emotion, and they have absolutely no relationship to the human concept of the gender identity. Not at all. In terms of pronouns, Steric always refers to Dante as it, and Dante always refers to itself as us or we.
Okay.
So when I talk about Dante, I will be using it
Okay.
as its pronouns. Dante charms its way into Alice's heart like very quickly. It's basically like Uber Twink on speed. It's such a delight, but it's also complete chaos incarnate. It's a demon of chaos. What the fuck do you expect? It introduces itself, says a few flirty things, and then starts raiding her fridge for cheese.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the day. Now time for Steric to take at least a little bit of a nappy nap. So he leaves Alice and Dante to talk and tells her once again, this is what she wanted. When she wanted to join his life, this is what she was getting out of the deal. She was getting Dante.
Yeah, Steric, the dick ain't that good. Shut up. I get it.
Seriously.
This is what I wanted.
She asks it how it knows Steric, and it says intimately. I fucked him up we fucked him up and down the Danube in 1342 to be specific. And though it is very uncouth to ask about a vampire's age, Dante is very aware that Steric hasn't given any information to Alice, and so somebody needs to fill in the blanks. So it gives Alice some of Steric's backstory. Steric is the son of the Grand Prince of the First Hungarian dynasty.
Okay.
He is just over 1,000 years old, but he's still very limber, so you don't have to worry about that pesky age gap. It's fine. It tells her that Steric has been obsessed with her for months, and if they hadn't gotten their shit together, it was gonna come over and mash their faces itself. It's very delighted to see that Steric has finally come to his fucking senses.
Oh, good.
In the midst of this conversation, again, Dante is a very flirty, sensual kind of creature, and it catches her up in its charms constantly. So at the end of this conversation, she realizes that she has been so enthralled by what it's been saying, she hasn't noticed its tail has been working its way up her leg until it's like wrapped around her calf. And then she freaks out and pushes away from, they're sitting at the kitchen island on bar stools, pushes away from the kitchen island and almost falls. But Dante catches her, and now they're mashed together, and the heat, there's something there. There's an immediate like something. This could get very sexy very quickly, but Steric is not about to have that. He pops back into the situation pretty much immediately and grabs Dante by the hair, pulls its head back, and leans down to like bite its neck and says, "Alice is mine." This then becomes an extreme power play. Dante asks, "What are you going to do? Are you going to punish me? Please say yes." And then in his mind, Steric hears Alice's voice, "Please say yes." And he is incredibly turned on by that. He wants to bite her and start the whole blood orgy all over again, but she needs a break. And so he ends up biting Dante instead, just because he needs to bite somebody. At this point, Alice is watching what is a very erotic scene. Like, the biting thing is very erotic for her. And Dante's tail is still working its way up her leg. But Steric, being the territorial motherfucker that he is, decides that what they're going to do is punish Dante by tying it to a pillar in the house and making it watch.
I was wondering, I was trying to do a mental, like, I was trying to go through the Rolodex of all the triggers at the beginning of the episode going, it was their threesomes?
Menage.
Okay,
yes,
okay, is that?
It is in there. Yeah. So they strip Dante down and tie it up. And this is when we get a really cool description of Dante's form. Like, its appearance is a pretty humanoid, it's kind of shape, but again, its skin and hair change color based on emotions, and it is physically completely androgynous. It has no genitalia in that Ken doll kind of way, and of course it has a tail. Super cool character design. Really enjoyed Dante. This next scene is all about dominance through control. Steric breaks each of them in turn. He has Alice sit on a bar stool fully exposed, and he just sort of teases her while Dante watches.
Your hair's stupid.
Not that kind of teasing.
Because that's the weirdest kink ever.
I swear to God, it's actually not. That's actually a pretty normal kink.
Yeah.
That's one of the normaler ones, if I'm being honest.
For some guys, it's just a Friday night.
Your hair's stupid. Thank you.
Stupid hair. Want to come home with me?
Exactly. So by the time he is done teasing Alice while Dante watches, they are both horny messes, each of them begging to either fuck or be fucked. Whichever one is doing whichever thing at the time. And they're all too willing to submit to Steric's rules, his territorial boundaries, as long as they get what they need out of this situation. Alice is his and only his, and now we all know it. Cool? Yes. This scene was like super intense. He had her perched naked on that bar stool, and she was feeling super exposed. He walked away.
Got perched on a bar stool?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this guy into?
She's sitting naked on this bar stool. He's got her like legs open so Dante can see everything, and he's standing way far on the other side of the room. It was insane. It was really good, but you're just laughing, and I don't know that I'm explaining it right.
No, because you said perched, so I imagine she was like up on the stool.
Yeah.
Okay, but so she's on the stool, spread legged.
Yeah.
But he's across the room.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all about like vulnerability.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Because the way you're describing it, it's just. Why are you over there, buddy?
I know. Yeah, because it's all about like vulnerability and exposure.
I get it now. Okay.
At this point, Dante loses total control of the chaos that it houses inside of its form, and it grows a dick. Like, it gets so horny, it just insta-dick.
I've been so horny where I thought I was going to grow another one. But
well, there you go. So Alice was misbehaving during this whole power play thing. Of course she was.
Of course.
So she needs to be punished. To punish her, first he fucks her. Like, he has her stand up and lean over the bar stool, obviously.
Yeah.
Not obviously. He could have been doing anything. He could have flipped her in the air. He has her stand up and lean over the bar stool, and he fucks her until she is right at the edge, and then he stops. And then he pulls that bar stool closer to Dante so that she's within reach, has her lean over again, and Dante spanks her several times with his tail. Its tail. Its tail is like hard and bulbous on the end. It's heavy.
Oh.
So, yeah. Again, she loves this. Steric is trying to get her to safe word. Like, he's pushing her limits to see how far she can go. And she is defiant in the extreme. And think in this scene, she tells him to go fuck himself because she's not going to give in. Eventually, she ends up collapsing because she just can't take anymore. And he turns her, pulls her up onto her knees, and then commands her to open her mouth and suck Dante's cock, which she does, though it only happens for like a second or two before the dick in her mouth is disappearing and it is replaced with a pussy. Dante is completely gender fluid. It can be whatever it wants, and right now it wants to have its pussy eaten, and that's exactly what she does. And she does it with extreme gusto. I mean, to the point where, like, you know, your face goes numb, you can't feel your lips anymore, and that kind of shit. That was all in there. It was really fun.
Crooked nose.
Yeah, crooked nose. And I was just like, okay, girl, fucking get it. Eventually, while she's doing this, Dante starts fucking her with its tail and stuffing her to an extreme degree.
I was going to say.
Like, it can make more and more of its tail. And eventually she's like, like her stomach is protruding. It was really intense. And then Steric starts fucking her ass. And okay, so this sequence, I just wrote some of the stuff down.
She's 30% other people.
Yeah, she is. At least 30% other people. With quotes like savage pain mixed with exquisite pleasure. The one that really stopped me was, it's excruciating and I never want it to stop. Bitch, what do you mean?
That's
a lot.
That's mixed signals.
That's a lot. Okay, so they fuck her into oblivion, right? And then they both of them come together, and she is left dissatisfied, and she starts begging for more. She's like, they pull away, they leave her just like on the ground in a mess, like, please, for the love of God. And Steric is like, tell me what you need. And she realizes, oh fuck you, fine, espresso, okay, you broke me, you did it, good job, vamp daddy, whatever. And he flips her over and lets Dante fuck her some more with its tail until she has like the most incredible extreme orgasm and she loses consciousness and enters a small coma. Huzzah. Once she is out, Steric puts her to bed, and they kind of admire the mess that they made for a little while. He frees Dante, and then they have like a little conversation that doesn't give a lot of information that's important until later. But there's some stuff that is revealed here that isn't that important for me to tell you. He asks Dante for help getting her to the bathtub to clean her up, but then Dante checks its phone and goes, oh fuck, we have to go to that gala, like right now. It's tonight. We have to go to this thing. Steric says they're not going. And Dante's like, this bitch has made you stupid already. You can't not go to this. It's not just some super private elite charity event for rare blood cancers. Of course it's not. It's the annual supernatural like event. It's a gala, yes, but it's also a political event and a power event. Like, you can't not go to this. Dante says, don't worry. We will be here. We will keep her safe while you're gone. And Steric says, absolutely not. I am not letting her out of my sight. We will all go together. Dante thinks this is the dumbest idea it's ever heard. Like, you're going to walk the human into the supernatural meeting room and like you're gonna do that with all the vampire? Okay,
like fucking supernatural DoorDash,
right? Fine. It's not my job to argue with you, I guess, boss. So let's get Cinderella ready to go to this ball. The next scene is them preparing to walk out the door. Everybody's dressed to the nines. Alice looks like Jessica Rabbit, the whole bit. They get into the limo to go to this party. They put up the privacy screen, they pour the champagne, and they give her a download on where they're going so that she's not completely blindsided by the fact that what she's going to is an annual event where supernatural creatures, but especially the great vampiric houses, get together. Yes, to party, but also there's a bunch of political shit they have to do tonight too. So she needs to be on her best behavior and stay as close to Steric as she can because they're going to have to basically bring a human into all of this. On the bright side, one of the things that they can do when they are at this event is declare a mating. That mating between a human and a vampire essentially means that she belongs to him and she will be protected. It's something similar to a marriage, basically. And it means that anyone involved in the supernatural community cannot attack her because she's his now, right? She says, that sounds great. What's the catch? The catch is that in order to maintain that relationship, you're basically doing blood exchange with a vampire all the time. That's actively choosing to be in an addiction, which will eventually kill you. Like, so if she wants to do this mating, she can, and he will go along with it because he does want it, but she needs to know that eventually it will end up killing her. The time frame doesn't seem like it's that long, but later they do confirm that a human mate will last about a century.
Yeah, give or take.
So, that's not that terrible, but in the end you will be taken by the blood madness. So it's not also that great,
In the end, we're all taken by the blood madness.
I'm being taken by the blood madness right now.
I'm really good at editing this podcast. You will never know the bullshit we've put up with.
I'm gonna start crying. Okay. It's very clear from this conversation that Steric wants her to choose not to go through with this. He tells her, if you don't wanna, when we get there, just stay in the limo. I will have Dante take you to someplace warm and tropical where you will live with my money forever, but you're never going to see me again.
And she's like, is this negging?
I don't know, right? He's giving her an out. He's giving her a really good out, actually, but she doesn't want that out. Instead, what she says is, why don't you fuck me right now and I'll walk in there full of your cum and everybody will know I belong to you. Holy shit. Okay.
I like that.
So we're doing this.
I like that attitude.
Seriously. She's a go-getter, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they end up doing. So she rides him in the limo and he bites her like on the breast, visible above the neckline of her dress. And Dante very sweetly makes sure nobody gets messy. Because it's also in the limo now. So at one point, like when they finish, it like throws a linen napkin over their laps so that when she pulls off, she doesn't dribble all over her dress. Like that's very sweet and thoughtful, but also vulgar as fuck.
Yeah.
Wow. I love it.
Scandalized my wife.
They have essentially 2 rounds of really intense, really fast, really intimate sex. The second orgasm that they each have kind of makes Steric cry. Like it pulls deep emotions out of both of them, and they're sort of sitting in this moment of heightened sensation and magic and intensity until the limo stops and it's time for them to get out. That's when the linen napkin happens and they get themselves all cleaned up. Nobody looks like they just fucked in the back of a limousine. He feeds her a little more of his blood just for recovery and to balance out the fact that he just bit her. And now it's time to go into the vampire den freshly fucked. Huzzah.
What's the point of fucking in a limo if you're not going to come out of the limo looking a little bit like you fucked in the limo?
I don't know. I guess they probably look a little like they fucked in the limo, but they aren't like a mess.
Yeah, it's not comical.
Yeah. It's not like, was it the Frog Prince where they fucked in the limo and it was such a mess that it became an international incident?
Yeah, that sounds right.
It was an alien one though. Yeah. I think it was the Frog Prince. Yeah. So they get out of the limo They make their way through this gauntlet of paparazzi posing and putting on the front that they need to put up. They do a great job. When they get inside of this museum that they're going to this event in, he walks her through the foyer and then he asks her for her full name. He needs her full government name to give to the wards to be able to get into this event because it's so magically protected and it's got like magical bouncers out front, everything. And she tells him that her name is Alice Catherine Monroe Van Helpern. Van Helpern is a family name. Her dad's like got a barony or something, but in name only. He's not like actually, they don't have money or anything. He's just from an old German family somewhere.
It's not like he's got a duchy.
And it's not even on her birth certificate. Like Van Helpern is not her name, but it's part of her name. And so she gives it to him and he freezes. She keeps walking. She doesn't really notice because she's looking around at everything and he freezes in place. It feels like an explosion is going off inside of his body. His fingers are tingling. His eyes are bulging and watering and everything is too hot. His suit is too tight and too rough. She has walked away and she gets far enough away that Dante can step in and try to calm Steric down, because what nobody knew until this exact moment when she revealed her last name is that she is a Van Helpern. The Van Helperns are this universe's version of a Van Helsing. She is a hunter genetically, the descendant of his greatest enemy. Ambrose Van Helpert was his sworn mortal enemy. And now she's fucking got her way into his life, into his bed even. He completely loses his shit. Especially when she walks up to these magical bouncers. They give her like 2 seconds looking over. And he expects they will push her away because she's human. But she walks right through the doors. And he has a heart attack in his newly beating heart. Suddenly, his heart is beating. It came out of fucking left field for everybody, myself included. But his heart is now beating, and that changes everything. He gets her through, he gets through magical security and catches up with her, grabs her by the shoulder really roughly, and tells her not to make a fucking sound, to walk as slowly as she can through this crowd of people and follow him to where he's going. And she does. She has no idea why he seems upset, but she does. He leads her through. There's all kinds of supernatural creatures here, not just vampires, but demons, witches, warlocks, fucking kelpies, nymphs, name a thing. And she's trying not to stare as he leads her through this crowd until eventually they get to an exhibit within the museum that's not part of the party, and he assaults her. Basically, he beats her up. He pushes her into a table and then he grabs her by the throat and he starts asking a bunch of questions that she doesn't understand the answers to. He asks her what her plan was, how she did this, how she managed to, he's accusing her of seducing him and lying to him, that this is all a ruse. He asks what she's going to do now that his heart is beating again. Does she plan on feeding him to these monsters, or does she want to do it for herself? And she is just lost. Espresso. That's what she ends up doing. He's choking her out so hard she can't talk. She has to safe word inside her own head for him to let her go, and he does. And she basically says, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You're absolutely insane. I have never lied to you in my life, and the fact that you would do this to me without even asking, fuck you.
Yeah, seriously.
Absolutely fuck you.
Bro, we're not all 1,000 years old with Ancestry.com just living in our brains.
Right?
Because that's what people who are 1,000-year-old do.
She thinks that this is him pushing her away. Again, she's also the past 24 hours have been a bit of a ride for her.
Yeah, she's a bit confused.
She's been fucked into oblivion. She's on uppers and downers, the magical variety. It's okay. She was confused and didn't really understand what was happening. I will give her all the grace in the world. She is absolutely heartbroken by all of this, but she also defies him, and she tells him that he is hers just as much as she is his. And that he can't push her away like this. He kisses her, she kisses back, but then he does physically push her away. And in response, she slaps him across the face with all of her might. She tells him that she has never once lied to him, and after everything that they have shared, she doesn't have any secrets from him. Come on, man. You have been inside of her head and her ass. Like, how do you think she has lied to you? I don't understand how Steric didn't understand from moment one that she was completely uninformed. Eventually, she leaves. She walks out through the back exit. She says, "Don't follow me and you will never see me again." Outside, she takes like 2 seconds to cry, to take off her heels, and then so that she can walk home. She's going to walk barefoot, but she's going to walk home. She doesn't even make it to the corner, though, before a van pulls up and black bags her and sticks her with a needle of some kind of tranquilizer and drives away. Back inside, Steric mourns his own little moment, but then he starts raging out because he thinks that this is some long Van Helpert plot, and then he turns on Dante. He grabs it by the neck and he's like, "Did you do this? I know, like, did you create all of this chaos? You are a demon of chaos. Is this your fucking fault?" And it tells him, your mortal enemy from 1,000 years ago's great whatever turned you mortal. That's a way longer plan than I could ever devise. We're a spontaneous bunch, us demons of chaos. This was fate. This was a long formed plan of fate, right? It's not made explicitly clear, so I'm just going to explain it now. What has happened to Steric is not that he has become a human man. He's like Blade now. He's the daywalker. He has a heartbeat and he can walk in the sunlight, but he heals like Deadpool. He's still got the speed, strength, agility, mind reading, all that stuff. He's just even more improved now. And this has happened because he drank enough of her blood, because of who she is, because of who her ancestors are. He didn't know this was going to happen, but this is what has happened. Okay?
I was going to say, she's going to take credit for this. Like, yeah, I told you that pussy was good, right?
Well, it was. But it was the blood, not the pussy, that eventually did it. He and Dante make their way to the most important part of this evening, which is the annual meeting of the heads of the vampiric houses. Steric is the most powerful current head of any of the vampiric families, but that power ebbs and flows. And when you're as old as he is, you recognize that that kind of power is not going to stick around. Shit. Octavius used to be the most powerful guy. It just happened to be, luck of the draw.
Steric's turn now.
It's
like the It's like the Harkonnens and the
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't remember their names.
I know, it's annoying, right?
It's so annoying. Oh my God.
I was just listening to the excellent audiobook again the other night, and I can hear it in my mind, and it's just driving me insane.
The fuck is that guy's name? Timothy Chalamet.
No, that's the Harkonnens. Yeah. Isn't that the...
No.
No. House Atreides.
Thank you. The Atreides and the Harkonnens. God, that was going to kill me. Thank you so much.
Leaving that in so you can hear the nerd struggle.
Seriously, you can hear it. God, his mom was the fucking best. Anyway, they go to this meeting of the heads of the vampiric councils or whatever. And the whole time, Steric's like, okay, I can do this. Nobody has to find out I have a heartbeat now. I can do all of these really complicated negotiations and machinations while learning how to fucking breathe again. Like,
he sits down. Hey, Steric. I don't have a heartbeat.
Yeah.
My heart's not beating. I am not breathing.
Huh? What? No, I don't hear a pulse. What?
He doesn't know what to do.
Right. That lasts for about 10 seconds into this meeting before all fucking hell breaks loose. There are 5 vampiric families. Steric heads one, Octavius heads another, and then there are 3 others, 2 women and I believe a non-binary vampire that run the 5 families. They figure it out pretty much immediately that he's got a heartbeat. I mean, they can fucking hear it, if nothing else. They're vampires.
Steric, you got a little, a little thump thump.
But then Octavius makes a couple of very thinly veiled references to the fact that he knows exactly what's happening right now. And Steric's like, you fucking did this, didn't you? You did this. You knew who she was. And Octavius is like, yes, I did. Nobody else did. She didn't know. The family was protecting themselves by simply hiding the secret. Nobody knew, right? She couldn't have known. But I figured it out, and I had a vampire attack her in your parking lot because I knew that you wouldn't be able to, he planned this out all the way up to this point. He didn't expect that Steric would become human, but he did expect that he would bring the huntress to this party, which would then allow him to kick off his evil plan. After that, Steric goes over the table at Octavius. A fight breaks out. He manages to get away. Him and Dante both manage to get away from this fight, but not before Steric takes a bite to the ankle, so he's hobbled for a little while. They know now where they have to go. They go out the back door. They chase down her scent out the back door, and they realize that they can follow it through the city, but Steric can't run right now because his heel's so fucked up. So he piggybacks on Dante. And no one's ever supposed to know that, but I am sorry I told. It carries him on its back through the city, following her scent through the streets until they eventually end up outside of the city at Octavius's big mansion compound thing.
Hey, look, they followed her scent for once in a non-sexual way.
I know, right? Thank God. Once they get to Octavius's compound, they're standing outside. It's warded to hell, right? This thing is protected. It's got this big iron front gate thing, and 8-foot high walls all the way around. They can't figure out how to get inside. First, Steric is like, okay, I think maybe if we do this, and then if you can boost me over the wall. No, that's not going to fucking work. And eventually Dante says, I can get you through that gate, but you are going to be on your own afterwards. And the implication is that Dante can use a shit ton of power to bust through these wards, but it will destroy itself in the process. It'll go back home. It won't die.
Yeah.
It'll go back home. And Steric is sad about that. He tells it, don't do that. I'm not worth it. But this is not about Dante right now or Steric. It's about Alice, and Alice is in danger, and Dante can save Alice. So that's what it's going to do. They have a very sweet moment. They kiss in a sort of friendship and camaraderie kind of way. Although they also have a very long and storied sexual relationship. So sure, they're going to kiss when they say goodbye. And then Dante freezes the wrought iron gate until it shatters. And when the dust clears, there is nothing left of Dante but swirling glitter in the air. Dante is gone. Steric takes a moment to mourn, cries a little bit, but there's no time. He is now healed enough from that bite on his ankle that he can run again. So he's got healing factor similar to somewhere around Deadpool.
Okay.
Takes a hit. It's going to hurt, but it'll get better.
Yeah.
He goes onto the compound, and he is fully confident that he can take care of it by himself, right? There are a lot of vampires here and they're armed, but bullets can't actually kill him unless they blow his entire head apart. They will pop back out of his body again. Mm-hmm. He is faster, he's stronger, he's older, and he's got better training than any of these idiots that Octavius has guarding his property. So Steric rips through these motherfuckers. It was really intense, super brutal and bloody, much like a Deadpool fight scene. And he tears through all of them. Eventually, he gets up the stairs. And now I'm going to go back, because at the same time that is happening, the chapters are skipping back and forth between what's happening to Alice and what is happening with Steric. So now we're going to go back from the moment that Alice got black bagged. She wakes up in the back of the van. She's being guarded by two kind of idiot underling vampire henchmen. She wakes up sooner than anticipated, apparently, according to them. She should have been knocked out for a lot longer, but apparently that's part of her whole hunter thing. She can't take her out. You can't trank her the way you could trank a normal person. She is not fully capable of moving yet, but she is awake and alert enough to know what is happening to her. They take her to Octavius's compound. They get her out of the vehicle. She tries to fight, but she can't. And they one of the bigger one like picks her up and fireman carries her into this mansion and up the stairs to a bedroom. On the way up the stairs, everything that is in her system and the fact that she's being carried upside down hits her, and she barfs down the back of this vampire, and it drops her like on her noggin.
Well, yeah.
And then they drag her the rest of the way to this bedroom where they put her on the bed, but they like pose and present her because presentation is important apparently.
Well, you eat with your eyes.
Yeah, she's still got this dress on, so they make sure that she's like nicely splayed out. They open the slits so that she's exposed. It's fucking gross. One of them has probably some inclination towards sexually assaulting her, but that never ends up happening because Octavius arrives and he dismisses the henchman. She is now on the bed, still partially paralyzed by the amount of tranks that are in her body, beat to shit, and her hands are tied behind her back. She's laying on top of them.
Oh, that's comfy.
Right?
Yeah.
Octavius comes into the room, says some dumb shit. I can't really remember. I didn't like the guy and I didn't care enough about his evil villain plot, so I didn't pay much attention to what it actually was. But eventually what he ends up doing is climbing on top of her and biting her. But this is not consensual, so it's incredibly painful. His goal is to bond himself to her in a mating claim so that he can get that kind of power, that daywalker, my heart beats, I am super vampire now. He wants that power for himself, but he will do so forcefully because she's not going to comply with this. He bites her neck and kind of rips a bit. Her shoulder gets pretty fucked up and she ends up basically useless in one arm. But that much pain kind of shoves the tranks out of her system. And so she is able to undo the knot that the idiot vampire henchman put on. It's like a basic square knot. She could have undone it with her fingers.
I was gonna say.
Undoes the knot on her ropes, pushes Octavius off of her, and sprints towards the door. Unfortunately, the door is locked, and she's missing a lot of blood, and one of her arms is not really active right now. But he seems to be enjoying this. He likes that she's got fight. He likes that she didn't just like fall over. And so he tells her to run. He wants to chase her around the room in a merry little chase of psychopathy, I guess. And she does that, if only to buy herself some time. She tries to outsmart him, keep him from catching her. And eventually, because this room is very dark, she trips over a chair and she realizes that it's a wooden chair. So she picks it up over her head and she smashes it against the wall. And then she dives for one of the broken legs at the same time that he does. He lands on top of her, but she's got the leg between them and she stakes him. And he disappears in a flash of light. Yeah. Light and dust. He disappears. She then uses a hairpin to pick the lock on this old mansion door and start walking out, trying to find her way out. That's when she starts hearing the gunfire from the fight that Steric is having on the main level of this compound. Those two things are happening simultaneously, right? So once she hears the gunfire, she's at the top of this staircase. She crouches down and she starts going down the stairs. She hears someone start to come up the stairs and she's like, I'm not dying here. So she has every intention of fighting her way out. She dives at this body that is coming up the stairs. She can't see who it is, but she's like, fuck you. At least I'll take you down and maybe I can run. But the body that she lands on top of is Steric.
Of course, yeah.
And he looks her over. He's like, what the fuck did he do to you? I'm gonna fucking kill him. And she's like, too late. I already handled that all by myself. He is deceased now. And he's like, I should have fucking known.
It's pretty good for a hunter who doesn't know she's a hunter.
Exactly. This is the second time she has accidentally
That's what I'm saying.
killed a vampire. It's
she's so good at
just like in her blood. We got some rundown on like what it means to be a hunter in this book as well. Like apparently her ancestor was a half-breed. Her ancestor was the original Blade. And he swore a vendetta against all vampires, but Steric in particular. So it's just like grand fate irony now that they have come together at this point. She is still incredibly mad at Steric for the way he treated her earlier, obviously, because he just punched her and told her that she was a fucking liar. But after everything that they have been through and the fact that he recognizes that she got herself out of this mess and how strong she is and how proud he is of her, and the fact that he is sincerely apologizing and telling her that he will make it up to her, she agrees and they kiss. He picks her up and he carries her out of the mansion and into his first sunlit morning in over 1,000 years. We have one more chapter that basically serves as our epilogue. A few days later, Alice and Steric are now living their best eternity as like undying vampire half-breed blood junkies or whatever. And they're in the Mediterranean having just like the time of their lives. And they're very happy. This chapter is mostly just an extremely illicit sex scene. Hell yeah. Absolutely truly filthy. There was 69ing, prostate play, vaginal, anal, frottage, blood exchange. And as a special little treat, Alice got a bit dommy.
Oh.
And that was a lot of fun. And that is the end of my Billionaire Boss is a Vampire. Thank you so much.
That was a lot of plot for a book that you said didn't have a lot of plot.
I swear to God, it didn't have a lot of plot. I swear it didn't.
This is going to be like an hour and a half episode.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. It's not a complaint. It was just wild because I remember you reading it and you're like, it's going to be easy.
It was like 45 straight pages of nothing but fucking. How did I manage to get 90 minutes of an episode out of this? I don't know.
It's all right. Sometimes it happens.
Anyway.
Sometimes I'm into it and sometimes I'm not. But what are you into?
Not much,
Nothing.
man. Not much. Life's been rough lately. I mean, not even talking about all of the current events that are happening in our world.
Yeah.
First week, the kids back in school. Kids are sick. I'm sick. It's just been a rough couple of weeks. So I'm into putting the kids back in school.
Yeah,
you go. I'm into days of silence. That's what I'm into.
Yeah, there have been a few days where it's just like too quiet. Like I'm at my desk. I've usually got like a YouTube video going on one computer, and my work computer, my personal computer, my work computer is work stuff, and I'll pause the YouTube to take a call, and then I forget to turn it back on. And then I'm just like, what's that sound? Oh, it's the sound of the blood pulsing through my ears. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
Yep. I love it. It's so quiet. I know that I always have my headphones on. I'm usually listening to or watching something. But that's intentional sound.
Yeah.
I love having no unintentional noise in my house. It makes me so relaxed. What are you into, my love?
Silent houses are also I'm also into that.
Yeah.
It's really great. I am into the movie that we started watching last night. I don't know if I'll finish it. I probably won't finish it tonight. It's damn near 11 o'clock. And that is the movie that I've been wanting to watch for so long and finally did it. And that is the delightful Tampopo.
Yes.
It is a 1985 Japanese film directed by, gotta Google it. I can never remember. It's Juzo Itami. That's what it is.
Okay.
Juzo Itami. It's a 1985 Japanese film directed by Juzo Itami. It's often referred to, it refers to itself as a ramen western. It tells the tale of a couple of wandering, Ronin.
Yeah, they're modern Ronin. They're truckers.
They're truckers who happen upon a ramen shop in a small province run by the widow of the man who used to run the ramen shop. And they tell her ramen is not that great. Mm-hmm. And the business isn't doing great. But she begs them to make her their disciple and teach her how to make excellent ramen. And it's considered by a lot of people to be some of the best food filmed food footage in that movie. Some of it's not great because it's sort of like a satire on desire and food and all this sort of stuff. And so there's that it's almost like vignette at times, like that gangster with the guy who
there's some really weird
that's sex and food.
Yeah, the sex and food stuff. The scene where the woman was giving them all lessons on how to eat noodles in a European fashion, you have to be so quiet. And then by the end of it, they're all slurping cacio e pepe. Not my favorite.
Yeah, that wasn't great. Although I will say I was very surprised at the sound design because the slurping didn't. Me with my auditory issues, normally just like one millisecond of that would drive. It would immediately just send my brain into, fits. It didn't do it. Like it was clearly slurp coded sounds, but it was not like triggering whatever that part of my brain is. So credit to that. Now that said, it was still excessive at parts. But for me personally, none of that takes away from the delight that is the character. The main character of the movie is called Tampopo.
Tampopo.
Which apparently means dandelion.
Yes.
So I'm into Tampopo. I'll post the trailer for that. It's on the Criterion channel. If you want to do a free 7-week or 7-day trial and check it out, it's a really great movie.
It's a very sweet movie. I was enjoying watching it. I was half watching it, half reading a book, but it was quite sweet. I am also going to create a sticker that just says slurp coded now, because you said that.
Slurp coded.
Slurp coded.
Well, speaking of slurp coded, what are we reading next week?
I put a poll out.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
On
hold that thought. Because I forgot to do something. We put a poll out last week on the Discord because we didn't know what we wanted to watch. And we said it ended up being, it was going to be the second season, either the second season of Wednesday or Peacemaker, or the first season of Twisted Metal, which we had not seen. And the poll ended up being, it was a tie. Mm-hmm. And we ended up picking Twisted Metal because we hadn't seen Twisted Metal and there were more episodes available. And it is a damn good show.
It is. It is a good show. Although you fell asleep during the episode last night.
I did.
I don't blame you for it. I didn't like that episode.
It was slow.
It was kind of slow. It was a lot of backstory about Agent
Stone, yeah.
And I don't give a single flying fuck why that man does what he does. You know?
Yeah. No, he's the cop coded character in the from the Twisted Metal universe. Twisted Metal was a very popular video game series in the mid 90s. Car vehicular assault.
Yes. Beat him up, but with cars.
Exactly. Anthony Mackie's terrific. Beatriz is terrific.
Oh yeah.
Will Arnett as Sweet Tooth, the voice of Sweet Tooth. Samoa
Yeah.
Joe does the physical mannerisms, and that whole the episode where they're in the theater, all of that was tremendous.
The Sweet Tooth episode was great. That was episode 2, and that was a lot of fun. The Agent Stone episode, I didn't give a shit about. Okay, we need to establish the villain, who he is, and what we're going to be dealing with for the rest of the season. Great, now we know. I will say the end of that episode, it ended exactly the way I thought it would. Agent Stone's backstory is exactly what I thought it would be.
Yeah, is he as pathetic as you?
He's more pathetic.
Oh, good. I can't.
More pathetic than I thought.
I'll double back on that because I did doze. I was surprised I dozed off.
I mean, you
really
can tell. That guy, the actor,
Thomas Hayden Church,
does an incredible job. Obviously, you do not hate a character unless the actor is doing a really good job being awful. Yeah. And he is fucking awful.
Yeah.
He's a white man with a gun and a small penis after the apocalypse. Like, come on. He's the worst.
Yeah, they really set you up to hate him. And we haven't finished the series yet, but we were looking forward to it. And we appreciate the feedback because we were completely stumped.
Seriously.
And I think we'll put a little more effort into it in earnest as we go forward. But I like this interactive sort of back and forth. So, speaking of, you said poll.
Yes.
You put out a poll. What were the results of this poll?
Okay, so I had 3 books on my coming up list for Cheap Smut, and I couldn't decide which one I wanted to do next. So based on this poll, here's the next 3 books I'm going to be reading in order. Next week, I am reading...
Well, in 2 weeks.
Sorry, yes.
We got to get used to that.
Next time...
Yeah, next episode. Yeah, there we go.
I am reading MILF by A.S. Adams. After that, I'll be reading The Flower Queen by Phoenix Lynn. And after that, Puck Bunny by Liz Shipton.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I cannot wait for all of those. But in the meantime, you can find us on social media. We are on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Threads. All of the links are in our link tree, which is down in the show notes. If you would like to communicate with us via email, please do so. cheapsmutpod@gmail.com. As always, the link is down in the show notes. I also put it on the link tree. It's the top link. It's not an affiliate link. We never get any money for it. We're just trying to help the authors out. The music that you hear on this and every episode is called Storytime by me, Max Joy.
Listeners, remember, if there is a book in you, write it. And if there's fucking in it, I'll read it.
And then she'll come on this show and explain it to me for your entertainment.
Now, get lost.